Hi everyone. The lesson today is the quadratic formula. Okay, the main objectives for this lesson is solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula, determine the number of solutions by using the discriminant. Okay, the first focus of our lesson today will be the first one here, solve quadratic equations. Okay, I want to just be sure everybody that's the focus today. So show to you what is quadratic formula. But let's go. Let's move on here to our lesson. In a quadratic formula is a method used to find solutions to the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 when a is not 0. The quadratic formula is one of the most iconic formulas we have in mathematics. You're going to see this formula so many times in so many opportunities. Like even guys, you, if it's possible, make a highlight of this formula. Okay, move the back here. Nice. This formula, guys, is one of the most used in mathematics. You're gonna see this so many times, so many times. I just want to be sure you guys understand this formula is one of the most important you're gonna see in mathematics. Okay, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divide everything divided by 2a. Nice. If you notice this negative b and this 2a, it comes from our vertex form. Yes. Nice. And this is square root of b squared minus 4ac. It comes from the remember last class we are working about completing the square. Exactly, it comes from there. Okay. Remember, we have to square a number after. That's exactly this thing here. Okay. And let's go through here. In a quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, the value of the expression b squared minus 4ac is known as the, I'm going to explain to you guys, type over here. This guy here, b squared minus 4ac, it's known as discriminant. Okay? Okay? This is one of the most important things we're going to work over this lesson. Okay? The discriminant is one thing we have been working so many times. We're going to talk a lot about this because it matters, okay? This value is helpful to determine the types of roots for the equation. Nice. And why that? Okay, let's go through here. We learned the discriminant, guys, for a few reasons. When that number, the discriminant, is greater than 0, I think everybody can see here, greater than 0, this situation number 1 here, we have a specific quantity of results, okay? We have, in this case, 2 real solutions, okay? But we have other case. The other case is when is smaller than 0, like when you solve this square root is negative. Do we have a negative square root? Is it possible? Well, so far the knowledge guys you have, no, it's not possible. It's not in real numbers. Okay, there is no real solutions. We do have solutions, but in another numbers realm. We're gonna talk in this in future. Okay, and when this is exactly 0, like square root of 0, 0, how many solutions are gonna have? Just one. Okay, one real solution. That's it, guys. Attention that we have those 3 situations here. Okay, the input value or x coordinate for which the output value for y coordinate is 0 is commonly called a, remember we talked this before, this is the 0. Yeah, zeros. Okay, or we have another name, 0, but right now on this situation we call also as root. Why root? Square root. That's why. Okay, just for reasoning to you all those information, and we can move on. But let me show to you guys. I'm gonna show to you like 3 problems, and the rest of the class is just practice on you. Okay. Well, we have here our formula x squared minus 4x minus 3 equals 0. We have some things to do here to be sure. Oh, this is a formula, quadratic formula. How can we solve this? Okay. The first step to this is identify who is A, who is B, who is C, okay? That's the first thing you're gonna do. Identify A, B, and C, okay? In our case, A equals 1, B equals 4, and C equals -3. Step number 2, check. Can we factor? Do we have two numbers that multiply is -3 and add is 4? No. If I cannot factor, the only way to solve this is completing the square. But my focus today is not completing the square. Let's use our formula. Okay? X equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and everything of this divided by 2a. Great? Well, as we have this information, we know how to do it, or we're trying to do it, make it easier to us. Just organize here to make it easier to me also. Let's go to plug in all information we have in our quadratic formula. Nice. If I plug in the quadratic formula, you're going to see exactly this. -4 plus or minus the square root 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times -3. And all this thing is divided by 2 times 1. Simplify the inside root. Remember, pandas, we keep using pandas. Don't forget that. Pandas are going to follow you all your life. Okay? Focus on the square root of 4 squared, 16. 4 times -3 is positive 12. Times 1 is just 12. Okay? 2 times 1 is 2, the denominator. And keep doing. Simplify the root. The root is going to be that number here. Okay? -4 plus or minus the square root of 28 divided by 2. Great. And this is our final answer. Attention for this thing here. Okay. Can we do anything else? Well, if you understand this point, I don't want to push you guys. You can do more, but this is the final answer so far as we work. But we can also try to find the square root in the calculator, and solving by calculator will be the same thing, or using the graphing calculator, same thing. It's up to you, okay? I give all openings to all you. You decide which is the best method to you, okay? Number 2, attention here. First thing we do in 2, just copy here this guy, paste there, makes my life easier. Let's erase all this thing here. Okay, we're solving number 2. Well, to solve number 2, first thing, set the equation for 0. Okay, set the equation for 0. Okay, x squared plus 4x plus 4. Ask yourself, can I factor? Do I have two numbers multiplied by 4 and add this 4? Yes, I do. That number is 2. 2 and 2. Oh, it's a perfect square. Yes, guys, it's a perfect square. Then we can write as x plus 2, x plus 2. Solving this, okay, we solve x plus 2 equals 0 because of the same parentheses. We don't need to go further this, okay? Then solve the parentheses. There's just one solution. And what is the solution? X equals -2, okay? Attention on that steps. That makes your life easier to understand the points we're working over here, okay? Well, let's go to the next slide. Again, you can go back to slide all the time. You might need. Next one is equation y1 equals 6x minus 5. First thing to do is move terms to one side. Okay, that's the first thing you're gonna do. Just copy the test from here. Okay, making my life easier. I'm gonna copy here. Oops. Here. Okay, way more easier. This is problem number 3. I'm gonna do the same thing for problem number 4. Make this slide more easier for me to present to you guys. We know this is 4. I need to write here. Here 4. Okay. Then we go here. First thing to do is set our to 0. Set to 0 is just move -x squared to the other side. It's gonna be x squared plus 6x minus 5 equals 0, which I just add over here. Okay? Next line, we're going to identify who is A, who is B, who is C. Who is A, who is B, who is C? A equals 1, B equals 6, and C equals negative 5. Next step, we're going to check factors. Okay? Do we have two numbers we can multiply is negative 5 and add is positive 6? No, we can't. Then the only way to solve this is the quadratic formula. Okay? If you go back, last page, you're going to see the formula. Page, no, the same page. I think, no, last page, yeah, page 17 for you. You're going to see the formula. Copy the formula. Plug in all information in the formula. Okay? Plugging everything in the formula. After you plug in the formula, simplify inside, okay? Pandas, attention to solve pandas. Simplify all parentheses you see over there, okay? As much as you can. And after this, simplify the root, which means just add 36 plus 20. You're gonna get 56, square root of 56. And this is our final answer. That's the point we reached last class until I teach you guys. Again, you can use calculator, you can go further and find the other number, okay? Or you can simplify more. Yes, it's possible to simplify more, okay? But at this point, we need to work on radicals, and maybe it's better to do this in other opportunity, okay? But let's go last question, and after, guys, I'll let the time to you to practice. First thing is setup equals to 0, the equation, then we don't need to move nobody. Just the thing we're gonna do, identify who is A, who is B, who is C. As we see, can we factor? Oh, yeah, if I factor, this thing also works, okay? But I like to use the quadratic formula. I'm gonna show you quadratic formula in this situation over here, okay? Then, after this, plug in everything in the quadratic formula. Be sure to identify the things and let's plug in here, okay? Let me just type here with you guys the plugin. Make my life a little bit simple with you. Show to you how do we plug in. Who is B? Oh, B for us is 1. Then 1 here. Plus or minus B squared. Who is B? Oh, B is 1 again. For AC, A is 2. Oops, parenthesis 2. And C is negative 6. Negative 6. 2 times A is 2 times another 2. Great. Let's simplify. Inside, if we simplify inside, we're gonna have exactly what? Let's go here. Oops, here. We're gonna have x equals bracket negative 1. Oops, let me just copy here. My finger is easier. Negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 squared is just 1. 4 times 2 is 8. 6 times 8 positive, or negative negative will be positive. 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, the button will be here plus 48. Okay, and 2 times 2 will become 4. 4. Nice. Simplify here would be square root of 49. Everybody, I think you get it. It's gonna be next step. It's gonna be simplify root. Okay, as I simplify the root, square root of 49 is 7. Then here is plus or minus 7. Okay, then we have two solutions. Then solution 1 is when negative 1, I put it here in parentheses, negative 1 plus 7 divided by 4, close parentheses, divided by 4. It's going to be equal to 1.5. Then solution number 2, it's going to be the same equation as you see here, but now is negative 7. It's going to be equal to negative 2. Great. That's a way to solve this thing using that thing. Okay, guys. Here, my suggestion to you right now: you go to the board, 15 minutes, and practice those problems here. Okay, focus on those problems I just highlight over here. Okay, you don't need to go to the board. You can practice exactly where you're sitting. Okay, guys, that's it. This is the lesson today. We don't go further on this, okay? And next class, I'm gonna review a little bit more about this, and I'm gonna show you some other ways. But the quadratic formula is just like understand the formula and substitution. That's it. Great. Guys, have a great day, and see you tomorrow. Bye.